Thank you for stopping by at this mini presentation. NDF fermentation has been recently described by a three-pool system with the faster degrading pool, as lower degrading pool, and an available fraction. Among the tools available to estimate these fractions, there is advanced optimization available from a publication from 2019 that has been used in NDS Professional. However, that optimization was developed from a limited set of samples, only 34 samples at that time, with restricted variability, and especially there was lack of information on forage-specific values needed for initial parameterization of the nonlinear procedure. We've been realizing that the variability from the field is much larger, and that Vensim optimization could actually result in under or overestimation of the rates of digestion. So our objective was to develop a more flexible three-pool rates estimation that would result in a more accurate estimation of these amounts. So just to give you an example how the Vensim optimization was working, 3 time points were used, 30, 120 and 240 hours NDF digestibility. Then there was a system to fit basically the curve that would result in the lowest residuals. In this case, this is one example that would give us an integrated KD of 4.5% per hour. And remember, this is the number that we use for the P3 fraction in the CNCPS. Now, through these 3 time points, there could be also another curve passing with a very, very small difference before the 30 hours. And that would give also very low residuals. The difference is that the integrated KD could actually double only because of this small difference. So this is a high risk that we have using this Vensim optimization. So remember again, this is the number that we could use in CNCPS, the P3 fraction KD. So how can we reduce this risk? One way was to develop an algorithm where we could estimate virtual time points of NDF digestibility, and another way would be to add actually true NDF digestibility before these 30 hours, and labs actually provide these 12 hours NDF digestibility. So we developed these two algorithms, and we validated the two algorithms using 500 simulated samples based on true pool ranges from commercial RUM&N. So the simulated samples had ranges for fast, slow pool, and indigestible NDF based on what commercial labs have been estimating in the last few years. Then the NDF was characterized using either 12 time points with the nonlinear procedure of SAS, and in this case, these were the references or the observed values that the Vensim model that was previously published, the model number 1, which is our algorithm using only 3 time points, model number 2, which is our algorithm using 4 time points, so with the addition of the 12 hours NDF digestibility. And the results were compared using traditional stats between the observed and the predicted. So these are the results of the observed regressed on the predicted values using the Vensim model. These are the same using our model number 1, so only 3 time points. And this is the same model number 2, but using 4 time points. So again, with the addition of 12 hours NDF digestibility. So you can clearly see how there was a drastic reduction in the residuals between using the Vensim model and our upgraded model. Again, especially using the 12 hours NDF digestibility. So the tool is now implemented in NDS Professional, where we can input those 3 time points as traditionally requested, or add the 4th time point at 12 hours NDF digestibility. And again, in this case, there was an increase between 4 and 7% per hour. So adding the 12 hours NDFD would definitely reduce the risk. So in conclusion, the Vensim model results acceptable only for the original ranges used at the time that the Vensim model was developed. The upgraded optimization reduced the risk of using 3 time points only, and adding another time point, the 12 hours NDF digestibility, would increase drastically the accuracy of the model, especially for those highly digestible forages. Thank you, and I hope I hear from you. So please drop us an email if you have questions or anything that you would like to know about the platform.